I don't. Am I smart? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Eastside Dave Show. End of Time Skype Series Volume 23.
End of Time Series, please. No Skype in there. I've got us a 6-figure deal with Zoom. I told you, you son of a bitch. And that's gonna fuck the Skype thing is now gonna have us lose our goddamn Zoom deal that I worked for 2 weeks during vacation. I worked 2 weeks for a 6-figure Zoom deal.
I didn't know that the new intro was going to be in place. It threw me, David. Nobody warned me.
You know what? I agree with you, and I'm now kicking my entire computer. Roy Harder, here, fingers.
There he is. There we
are
go.
Back. Robert, you get your goddamn finger out of there, and I'm going to tell you what. Roy, I laid a challenge to, we can no longer call him Intern Robert. He is now newly hired producer Robert. It's official. He's a Compound Media employee. The worst mistake he ever made of his fucking life.
Congratulations, Robert.
Yeah, right. Condolences is the word you were looking for. So I gave Robert a challenge, Roy. And by the way, my please no drug and alcohol policy before the shows is going swimmingly. I just saw Robert pound a Bud Light or something. What was this?
Drew, can you zoom in on what this is for me, please, baby?
Now he's failed. Newly hired producer Robert. What is it, a monster drink? Yeah, but how much vodka is in that, you lying son of a bitch?
I don't drink alcohol. You know that, Dave.
Yeah, right. You don't smoke grass either, you fucking reefer head.
No, I smoke a lot of grass.
Listen, I gave Robert a challenge, Roy. I said, you know what? We have a vacation week, so that gives you 2 weeks for a brand new, it's sparkling East Side Dave show opener. And Robert said, I accept the challenge. Now, here's the thing, Roy. I thought the opener was pretty damn good. I've got a couple issues. I hope that they can be rectified before next Tuesday, Robert.
Yeah.
Got some revisions,
Second of all, first of all, I guess I should start with first of all rather than second of all. First of all, can we just see that intro again? It's very grainy.
No, I think that's your internet, Dave.
No, I'm not sure that that's 720 or 1080, which the Dave, let's see. Yeah, that's not 720.
Looks pretty 720 to me.
No, that looks at least 640, 645, I'd say.
That looks good, though, right?
I don't trust Robert, and I sure as shit don't trust Roy. Drew, is that 720? Is that HD?
It looks like somebody took a picture of a 720.
That means it's ultra high def, David.
Yeah.
I think it's the opposite. I think we're a step away from an abacus. I think we look like an original Atari game. Me and Roy look like fucking Pong. The idea is great,
Minecraft carriers. Minecraft characters.
I like the idea, and actually I give all of the things. The pictures, the videos, the way it's chopped up. I actually enjoy all of that. But look at this. I want you to pay attention to the font. He's starring Eastside Dave McDonald. Look at my font.
I can't read that, David. It's all backwards and shit.
Now, wait for my co-host. Some call him a sidekick, but I'll give him the respect he deserves. Co-host, Robert, or continue, please. Look at this font. Roy's font is 45% bigger than mine. Now look at that.
That's because his nickname's not Eastside. It doesn't have to fit it 3 times as much there.
A whole lower third, one line. Figure it out. I don't know, but we never get different fonts. If anything, the Dave Man gets 25 to 40% larger fonts.
It's the same font, just different sizes.
No, the size. The size of the font is highly different. Look at that.
Be more constructive with your criticism. I'm sorry.
What are you doing here, Robert? You have made Roy. This is officially the Roy Harder Show with special guests.
Hold on, David.
But you got 4 videos and Roy got 3.
Listen, if that's the shot you're going to use of me, I want to air my own. Look at that. I don't have a beard in that picture. Can you swap the middle one out with the one on the left?
Yeah. What are you fucking Roy for? What is this? Why'd you get the Roy Harder Auschwitz picture in the middle? He's proud of that beard. He's worked 3 years, 5 years. How long have we been doing this show? 5 years. He's worked 5 years on that goddamn beard. And look at this.
Years. Yeah. I at least deserve some credit there. And by the way, it looks like the A is backwards in my name. You might want to straighten that one out, too.
Wait, what?
So Roy, you're as peeved about this intro, which again, great on paper, Robert. In fact, you're almost there, except for the 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 or 12 glaring mistakes. You know what, Roy? You know what? I love Robert, and I think he's off to a nice single, but he hasn't scored. So because of that, Roy, let's Shizer his ass. What do you say?
Right.
Shizer his ass. Yeah.
Shizer, you're the one that we despise. Oh, Jesus.
Now, Robert, you got Shizered so hard by Roy Harder that his whole entire camera fell to the ground.
In sports, Dave, we call that the ball don't lie. The ball don't lie. That's what you get for Shizer and me after on my vacation week with no real skills or abilities. That's what I put together for you.
Dude, everything was there. Everything was there. But you never look, Roy doesn't want to be left out on any compound media tweet about Thanksgiving or year in review or all the hosts have been photoshopped and we're all or something like that. Roy doesn't want to be left out. Me, it's different. I actually not only want to be left out, but when I'm included, I get bummed out. So when I am included in things, then I need to be a major star. By making my font size 40% smaller than Roy's, you took a can opener, put it into my dick hole, started going like this, and now my dick hole is inside it out, and there's blood everywhere, and my dick hole is more vagina-ish.
In my defense, Dave, may I say, Roy's best asset is his name. Emmy Award-winning Roy Harder.
David,
your best asset is your face. So that's why I wanted to make your font smaller, put more of the beautiful Dave, more of the Dave jumping out the window.
Then make his font smaller, dum-dum. Then make his font smaller to match.
The number one rule of show business, David, is you got to start off with a small name.
Wait.
That's the number one rule.
So you're accepting the fact that you're going to be 90% larger font than me?
No, not at all. I
was like a dot.
Equal. But I think you should consider shortening your name a bit.
My name, Roy, you know this and I know it. My name looked like those Braille dots, for those blind assholes. I was actually touching the TV screen. Like, is that how you're killing me today.
I can admit there were some font mistakes made. I will adjust those.
I will say this, though. I like the execution of the thing with the thing and this picture slides over here, that picture slid over there, the other one slid, there's lots of sliding. I was very happy with that, Robert. So you know what, motherfucker? Not only are you on the Shizer, but you're getting yourself 2 points. Give him a 2-point stinger, Roy.
That's 2 for you.
Thank you, Mr. Champion.
Yes. Now, today, Jared's back. I don't want you to address him because he's scaring me a little.
Oh, there he is.
I thought he was normal for a change. And I'm like, oh, okay, Jared's mental breakdown is over. I know that he went on vacation somewhere. Very, very nice. He's a wonderful person. So because he came in with a golf shirt, sort of muttering to himself, I was like, oh, that's old school Jared. Unfortunately, Roy, he thinks he's kind of an Alex Jones type. In fact, he called himself Jared Jones. And so we're really going to have to watch out for him.
The lizards, David. The lizard people.
The what now?
Joe Biden is a lizard person.
Oh, Roy, see? You see how he's still
They don't want you knowing the truth, David. They don't want you knowing the truth.
All right, Roy, this is the
Doesn't he look like a lizard?
I wish I had somebody to do hallucinogenic drugs with me while I was doing the show, David.
Okay, please. I've got neighbors.
Just text me, Roy.
Now listen. Oh, is somebody here? Why would you do this to me? Oh my God! Oh my God!
Is that Stevie Lou?
Pat Dixon! Oh my God! He just got married! Oh no! Oh no! He's running amok! He's running amok! Let's go! He just married! What's happening here? Oh my God!
Oh my God!
You motherfucker,
get
the fuck down! Get out of my fucking chair! Are you hanging on the edge of your seat?
Well, look who's here. The most lily-livered mist of a homo-wada snowflake scum.
It's Pat Dixon. It's
I ain't talking about me. Now I'm going to talk about something. You and your Muslim producer here.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm talking to the subscribers, and I mean day one. They remember. I used to be on Tuesdays. There was a time. And then East Side Dave shows up with his cast on his finger. He hurt himself playing ball. He needs this time slot because his heart hurts. Well, I don't give a fuck about your heart. So I bided my time. I waited. And I'm coming for you, Dave. And what is people say, hey, how come Dave's not in the studio? How come he's not in here? He must be afraid. I'll tell you what he's afraid of. He's afraid to come and face me.
Give him what he wants, Dave.
There's some truth to that. I mean, there's some truth to. Okay.
Let me make it easy for you, Dave. Anytime.
That's fine. Listen. Once again, let's give another rousing
happening, Roy? How are
round
you?
of applause. Senator Pat Dixon.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Dave. Thank you.
It's the shock of a lifetime. It's the shock of a lifetime.
Well, thanks for having me, Dave.
Pat, I was absolutely shocked because I saw you with a beautiful picture-perfect sleeper hold that you put on Garrett, and because I thought that if Pat Dixon was going to come out with a song, if he ever was going to run in, it wouldn't be that Queen song. But
let me tell you something, Dave. I don't listen to your suggestions.
He certainly doesn't.
I defy your expectations.
How much of a traitor Robert is, by the way. Pat Dixon's in there for 5 seconds.
No,
and
I wanted to do Mr. Wonderful, and he insisted that we do.
Me.
He said Dave doesn't want to do another one bites dust, but we need to do it.
Ask Garrett. I told Garrett what to do, and then Pat choked him out. You saw what happened.
I saw the choke out. I am not blaming Garrett, and I guess I'm not blaming Robert now.
Drew didn't need a nap.
That's Pat. That's Jared. He's suffering from a mental collapse in the last 3 months because I don't know. There's a lot. He's getting a lot of strife, a lot of unemployment issues, and today he thinks he's Alex Jones for some reason.
Well, if you want to send any Jareds or Big A's or Bobos my way, you can tell him I ain't no Stevie Lou. Yeah, I heard that story.
Okay, well, the Godfather Senator Pat. Jared, how are you feeling today? He's feeling bad because he went on.
I've been shitting my brains out all day. It's because they put fluoride in the goddamn drinking water.
He's been shitting, and that's actually real. He's both Alex Jones in character, but he's also Jared in that he went to a family vacation and now he has the COVID, I think.
So his character is Alex Jones with diarrhea.
Yeah, I think the diarrhea is Jared, but the rest of it's Alex Jones. I mean, he's doing a great job. He's got the golf shirt down. I mean, look at the golf shirt.
Yeah.
It's a great impression.
He looks like Alex Jones with AIDS. Double AIDS.
That's a compliment.
You are a skinnier version.
Pat, if you're gonna mock someone, maybe don't mock Jared because he just stared daggers at me, and I'm fearing that because he's sitting next to me, he's gonna hurt me.
Come on, Dave. You just throw him over the top ring rope and be done with Jared. You know what I mean? He's lighter now that he's been shitting his brains out.
Senator Pat Dixon.
Thank you so much,
the one
Dave.
And only.
Thank you. Do I get to stay?
Here.
Or am I supposed to leave?
Live in studio. No, you're
good.
staying.
Oh, good.
You're staying because we have a few goddamn fucking things to discuss, including the fact that I did some sort of Pat Dixon one and done podcast where we had a very vicious, vitriolic debate about
did.
1990s rock and roll. Yeah. I stuck up for the decade. I said it's one of the greatest decades of all time, maybe even the best decade of all time for rock music. And Pat Dixon wasn't hearing it, except a few days ago, I had a private conversation with Senator Pat Dixon, at which point he told me, because of a band named Morphine, he has turned around on the 90s. Truth to the Senator.
Morphine was interesting. If you listen to Morphine, that is a ticket back to the best moment of the best parties that you went to from 94 to 96. I mean, everybody played it. It was always on the list. And you put it on, everybody would go, I don't know. And everybody felt good for a few minutes, And
it was great.
Yeah, they really were.
So now you are believing my argument.
Well, you didn't mention Morphine. You were talking about Pearl Jam and...
what's wrong with that? What's wrong with Pearl Jam? One of the greatest American, if not the greatest American rock band.
Pearl Jam. They're great. They're great.
You know how many musical movements came out of the '90s? Grunge is the obvious one, right?
Yeah.
But then
Yes.
you also had like trip hop from Bristol, which is like Massive Attack and Portishead and Tricky, all that stuff. You had the whole shoegazer thing with like My Bloody Valentine, the Flaming Lips of Verve. Not to mention hip hop. We had like the Beastie Boys, Wu-Tang Clan, the Spice Girls.
Hip hop
this
didn't
guy.
come out of the 90s, though. Hip hop was around way before the 90s. That wasn't a movement that started in the 90s.
No, but 90s is when it came to fruition. 90s was when it was like we were seeing MTV Raps, and it was
Gangster
like
rap.
Maybe
What about
maybe
gangster
for
rap?
you maybe for you white ass motherfuckers, but I was pretty down with it for a while. And it also was the decade where a bad twist got put on a lot of music, like punk rock. We went from the Ramones to Dookie,
Green Day.
fucking
Yeah, that's
Green
right.
Okay?
So,
Sure.
I mean, we got a considerable dip in their ability to kind of recreate the energy of the past. And you know,
You're talking about everything in the 70s was good when there was also a ton of, the experimental shit and all that stuff.
oh, you mean like Yes and Genesis and stuff like that?
I am saying that a band like Radiohead is far superior than a band like Yes. Yes,
oh,
I
wait a
am.
minute. Hold on now, David. I think even
Yes.
Radiohead would probably stop you at that
No,
one there.
they wouldn't.
me
They
ask you-
wouldn't. That stuff is so long-winded and just farts out the ass.
You got that
It's
one song,
musical
Freak.
farting.
Other than that, nobody's going to be humming anything by Radiohead in 20 years.
Oh, that's crazy. Creep has, well, okay, you said outside of Creep, but it's been covered like by 8 gazillion artists.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, it's a fine song, I guess. You know, I mean, it kind of expresses the sentiment that a lot of the people felt back then. You know, and they were all correct. It was a bunch of creeps.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
an album like OK Computer is as good as any album in the 1970s.
I tried,
Period.
and it's not as good as any album of the 1970s. I mean, come
Absolutely.
on. It's as good as Exile on Main Street or Some Girls. It's as good as L.A. Woman.
I'm a Rolling Stones fan. It blows away Some Girls. It's not better than Exile on Main Street.
Then you
Wait
are
a second,
not
just
a
because
Rolling
it's the
Stone
Rolling
fan.
Stones doesn't mean that it's better. No. I am both a fan of the Rolling Stones and Radiohead. Okay, Exile Main Street, better. Sticky Fingers, better. But
Sticky
OK
Fingers was,
Computer
I
versus
think,
Some Girls?
69 or 68, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. But, what else came out in the 70s? It was,
You
I mean,
guys
like,
are-
how about Dark Side of the Moon? That came out in the
Yeah,
70s.
you guys are feuding the wrong bands. The 90s was all about like the Blur versus the Oasis rivalry. Remember that?
Yeah.
And look at that.
Oh, man.
Pat,
That was
two of
like
your
Coke and
favorite
Pepsi.
bands. Two of Pat Dixon's favorite bands of all time, Blur and Oasis.
Yeah, I love them. I love the way
You know
those
that one song?
Liam and Noel fighting each other.
Yeah.
No,
On
you're
the cover
a
of
cunt.
every-
No, you're a cunt. You know, yeah, so great. And then they did Wonderwall or whatever the fuck that was.
You
And
also enjoy that Blur song, the woohoo.
who could? Well, I mean, you got look. I'm not saying the '90s were bad. But many great moments. You know, I don't know if it's the best, but I did learn a new respect for it once I plugged in Morphine and once I started thinking about some of these other bands. You know, like John Spencer's Blues Explosion that I did mention, but also like some of those girl bands are pretty good. You know, like the one that did the album Title TK, The Breeders. You know, they're pretty good group.
Yeah,
You
the
know?
Breeders. That's right.
Fine
Breeders, look at
group.
that.
Tim Deal.
The Breeders. What about the Breeders are better than anything Janis Joplin or any female artist has ever done. The
Sure.
Breeders.
Better than Linda Ronstadt. And then then there was also Ween. You know, Ween was a big 90s band. They were great.
Ween is one of the greatest bands I have ever heard. You take a Ween or someone from the 70s like The Who, I'll take the Ween every goddamn day of the week and twice on Sunday.
Somehow
okay?
or another, Ween is more consistently good than The Who, you know, because
Thank you.
they don't stop in the middle of the song and gay out, you know, like The Who does so often, you know.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like you're coming around to the Dave Band's argument.
Well, I mean, what I'm saying is, I see your point, you just weren't making it.
Making a point. I was making a point. You weren't listening to it.
Maybe so, Dave. But I mean, look, we can agree to disagree on you know, how you were wrong, but it's really more about acknowledging that the 90s did have some pretty good bands, you know,
right.
like the ones I mentioned. Yeah, so they're not. It's not the worst.
Hootie
No,
the Blowfish,
the reason-
baby.
And by the way, the reason why I'm defensive, of course, is because the winner of the 1994 St. Rose High School Battle of the Bands was Guys with Ears. My band, we won. So
I remember that.
I lost that year.
You weren't there. You were in Long Island.
My band lost. We always came in second place. There was always a band 1 year older than us that always kicked our ass every single year in every battle of the bands.
Even your senior year?
Always lived in their shadow.
Wait, I have to know, did you do originals or did you do covers? And if you did covers, what were they?
Well, back then you always had to do covers, so you were considered
Guys with Ears did original songs such as Bunsen, I saw you walking, I saw you talking to Mrs. Nanny. You said, "Can me and Beaker sleep over tonight?" She said, "Sure, son, little Bunsen, it would be quite
So Roy, what covers did you do?
Now I know why I lost to Davis band every year. But the covers for us,
Robert, I swear to God, if you laugh at Pat Dixon trying to hijack my show, I will chop your fucking head off. Look at the traitorous little fucking backstabber. Pat, Robert, whoever he's only friends with the people he's sitting right next to. So now you've got Robert going. But as soon as he can get away from you and go on Chrissy Mayer, he's going to throw you right under the goddamn bus.
Well, you know something? It's actually, he'll be sitting next to somebody just like him in that case. They'll be very loyal to each other for an hour.
What have I done to you, Dave? Other than just be a loving producer, man.
I love you. I love you very much.
It's my fault.
You bother me. You bother me with
I do have that personality.
Well, no. I loved your opener, but then when you sent it to me on fucking 4-bit Atari type of resolution, I thought, oh, Robert.
Just out of curiosity, what day was it that I sent it to you?
That was Friday.
And what day did we bring it to my attention that it wasn't up to your standards?
Today.
So instead of giving me enough time to correct it or rectify the change.
When you fuck up. Hey,
listen, we are very busy people here.
When you both said it was great. You both responded and said, this is fantastic. So I thought, we're good. Home run, sealed deal. And then today.
Jobs and children's and homeschooling and lockdowns and pandemics. So just to reiterate, Flutzy, when you fuck up, that's on you. It's not on me, like 3 days later, I found out the fuck up. Well, Dave, you found out my fuck up today.
I agree. It just would have been cool if you hadn't said, this is great. This is fantastic.
Would have been cool if my name was a little bit bigger.
Got you, Roy. I can handle that next time.
How the hell are you? Hey, thanks for coming in, Pat. Thanks for changing the...
I do my best,
Let's get back on track.
Yeah.
So, wait a second. Let me ask you a question. How come you did the last second switch? You went to the JYD. You went to Another One Bites the Dust. Because it was never played in the WWE. I was trying to stay consistent, but, you have to do your own thing, you son of a bitch.
Well, I just thought that was ridiculous.
Well, it's not a WWE song. That's why. We had a very specific theme.
No, I know. And I just thought it's ridiculous that he can't, just for this one, you can't just, sort of be a little flexible. I mean, I came back. I drove all the way back from Tennessee today, in order to be
really?
here. Yeah, sure.
You're the second person. Yeah. The second person who came had to literally zip up from Tennessee to here. The other one was Jared.
My dad died yesterday. I had nothing else to do up here except be on this show. I said, I'm coming up to Another One Bites the Dust, which is the song we play at my dad's funeral.
What happened?
Yeah.
What happened with the... What did you just say?
Well, I mean, everybody heard me.
You're dead.
Let me say it again. No, it's fine. I'm just letting you know. Don't bust my balls about the Another One Bites the Dust, or I really will whip your fucking ass.
Now, don't worry. You can play.
I'm joking. This is
Junkyard Dog. Play Another One Bites the Dust.
Play it again.
Grab them cakes. Play every.
I want it playing constantly. Not from the 90s, by the way, this fine song. Not from the 90s. I was going to come up to Mr. Wonderful, and Garrett just had gotten a miscommunication on it, and so he played Another One Bites the Dust.
It's fine. Junkyard Dog was one of my favorites. But see, Here's what I would have loved you to have done, because it would have made you sound like a black 70s pimp.
Hot cakes and sausages,
Grab My Cakes. Garrett, find Grab My Cakes by Junkyard Dog. That was his modern.
And I got
song.
one with the dance and everything.
Oh yeah, you're gonna love this.
He's singing it with some ladies. It's amazing.
Is the song playing? Oh
yeah, it's playing right now, Dave.
Yeah, this song says intimidation. When there's something strange in your neighborhood, who are you gonna call? Not wrong.
Yeah, you're right.
Who are you gonna call? Junkyard Dog. I ain't afraid of no dog. That's a good song.
You know what? I never even thought about that, and somebody's got a lawsuit. Either somebody's suing Vince McMahon, or Vince McMahon is suing Ray Parker Jr.
Can you imagine
Ray Parker Jr., that's it.
What if someone got all the royalties from that song? The Junkyard Dog. Junkyard Dog
it happens.
Song. Roy.
Huey Lewis got the
I've gotten royalty checks from Roy Harper, the guy who had that pedophile thing going for a while now.
And you just spend them, right? Because fuck that pedo.
You don't have to claim it on your taxes either.
Jared over here informs me that actually Huey Lewis got a lot of money for that.
I want a new drug, right?
For the Ghostbusters song.
Yeah, that's right. I want a new drug.
And I want a new drug.
Yeah.
Roy Harder one time told me that Huey Lewis, we were walking out of Sirius XM, and Roy Harder not only said it, he guaranteed that Huey Lewis and the News would make the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame before Guns N' Roses. And I'm still waiting for the $50 on that bet, Roy, because GNR was inducted 4 years ago, and Huey Lewis has heard crickets thus far.
That's terrible.
Don't worry, David. The Academy's a little slow to recognize true talent, but they're coming in.
That's over. Guns N' Roses got inducted in 2012 or 13.
Huey Lewis and the News they were the largest selling act of the 1980s. They really were.
So?
It's true.
By far.
Yeah.
Yeah. They knocked ABBA off the charts.
Because not everybody, it wasn't anybody's favorite group or anything. Nobody was like, oh my God, fucking Huey Lewis. But it was everybody's fucking second or third favorite group. I mean, they'd have
hit after hit after hit. It was like every month they had a new hit, dude.
Yep.
Now he's deaf. He can't hear anymore.
Who
can't hear the news anymore.
Oh, wait, we need men with ears.
Guys with ears.
Sorry.
Oh my God.
Oh my God!
Oh my God! I know her!
Oh, what's he doing?
Oh no! It's Pat! It's Jimmy! It's Jimmy! Look at this Pat! Look at this Pat!
Sat in gum.
All right, Jimmy, everyone. Jimmy, take it.
Wow. You gotta, I mean, if you don't applaud for something like that, now he's just standing there in his underwear. Sorry, diaper.
Hi.
Sorry.
Jimmy is, he loves having a good time. Did you like that dance that he did?
That was fantastic.
Yeah, it was very good. Very good.
It was the best, man.
The big boy pants dance.
Hi, guys.
What's happening, Jimmy?
I like this. Hey, what's going on, Dave? How you doing?
Pat, Jimmy told me that he may or may not do a run-in this week. I wasn't sure what he was going to do, but apparently he did the run-in. He also informed me that he has some sort of performance plan just for Pat Dixon.
Just for me.
Yeah, I wrote a song about Pat Dixon. The first draft was about 2 years ago, but you didn't use it because you were mad at me that week. But then I reworked it. But it's a song about Pat Dixon. It was like the first time you took over Roy Harder's position.
Oh.
But I thought we'd had music. I thought you were going to be musical director like you usually do, and I didn't know that. No one tells me anything. Why'd you yell at me before the show?
I wasn't yelling.
I went like you were talking song, and I spoke into the microphone and said, shut up, I got to prep the show like I'm not part of it.
There's 8 million moving parts before the East Side Date show, and we have 4 minutes. I'm not yelling. I'm talking very, very bluntly for brevity's sake, for time.
It hurt my feelings, Dave. Dave, I'm not from a broken family anymore because my parents are dead. Okay? So, I mean, so I'm a little sensitive this day.
What? Wait a second. Hold on. What happened to your parents?
They died.
It's even better.
And you know why my mother died? You know why? You want to know why? Because she had no one to hate now that my father was dead.
Oh, God.
I guess just strong disgust isn't enough.
Oh, please. Couldn't even give him his damn funeral.
Jimmy,
we're going to
we have Pat Dixon. Jimmy.
Yes?
We got Pat Dixon here. Don't embarrass me right now. All right? You're embarrassing me in front of the senator with those last a couple comments that you made.
Yeah. Why?
You're embarrassing him. He's here as a guest. This is like a Johnny Carson caliber guest.
I didn't even know.
The shirt is off. The shirt was off. The belly hair has gotten more and more forest-like, Jim.
Oh, can I ask a question? How did I know that? I didn't know. I thought he was going to take over for Roy. I thought Roy wasn't here.
I didn't say that. And
no one tells me any. Okay.
Let's not focus. Let's focus on the stomach hair.
You want to look at it again?
No. I want you to get a manscaping device.
Can we do it for the show?
Will you do the performance for Pat Dixon? You said Pat Dixon. You had a song for him.
Yeah.
Or a poem or something.
This is a song. Give me an upbeat, Roy. We'll make it work, okay? Pat Dixon is on the show. I think everything is a go. He smokes the cigarettes that makes him cool. He's nobody's pet. He's nobody's fool. He informs the world about crime. He speaks it out. He's no street mime. When he smokes a cigarette, he reminds me of Bogart. What he does, he always becomes a target.
Slow fart.
Slow fart. I'm more informed when he picks up the paper. And I'm here dancing without a vapor. People think I'm medicated when I hiss like a viper. Don't know I'm dedicated when I wear a diaper.
Blow him up.
Was that Jared's diarrhea that just came through the screen?
Jimmy, your songs are always good, but they go on and on and on. And then it's, there's no bridge.
Yeah, like a song.
You need to come up with a bridge every once in a while.
I had the bridge. I was going to it, but I wanted to go 2-verse bridge and then go to the first one again, but more dramatic.
Then the big finish.
Then,
We didn't make the bridge again, Jimmy.
All right, just give us the big finish. Give us the big finish. How about this? I'm going to let you give us the big finish. Go ahead. Let's go.
Okay.
Big finish. Let's go.
Big finish.
I love you, Pat Dixon. You are no Richard Nixon. You get your licks in. Screw Cynthia Nixon. You play your piano. Can I sing the big?
That was awesome, Jimmy. That was incredible.
I wanted,
More songs about me. That inspires you.
Another one.
More.
I do have another one about you somewhere.
Robert,
like the second
give him
time.
the mic back.
He's got his clothes on and everything.
Well, I wasn't gonna.
I can't feel it, Pat.
I know. I don't have
Technology,
a lot
I'm not
of
even
power.
there.
I'm so much smaller than you, Dave.
Yeah, you have no idea. I'm not actually in the room. I know. This is like one of those things. Yeah. Now, listen, Jimmy, I actually thought that was pretty good. I just think you got to get to those big finishes a little bit quick.
We got to sit back 2 minutes and have a conversation, then I'll have that all straightened out.
How about Roy Harder with the music right there, though? Just plugging it in, just right off the nut.
And another 2 minutes with Roy Harder I need, too. I want to impress you, Pat. I wrote that.
I thought it was fucking beautiful,
I need
Jimmy.
a third
What did
draft
Alex
on
Jones think?
Lizard person.
All right. Well, he said lizard person. Listen, Bobo and Big A still not getting along. Big A, Andrew Gold, very furious at Bo. Thinks Bo is talking too much shit. Bo was excited when the Mets won a or a doubleheader over the Yankees. But then Bo was not contrite when the Yankees won the next 3 games, and there was nary a word from Bo, which was a cowardly move.
Well, let me tell you something, Dave. If you're just going to read right out of page 6, we all know this already.
But here's the thing. What page 6 has that I don't have, or no, reverse that. What we have that page 6 doesn't have is the fact that Big A, Andrew Gold, has a video right now for Bo.
Hi, Dave and Roy. How was your week off? And how
I hope that's his hand.
was your Labor Day weekend? I would ask Bobo how his week off was, but Bobo has every week off from the show.
Bang, bang.
What is more rare, a Mets win or Bobo doing a video for the East Side Dave show? Bobo is a shitty Mets fan for a shitty team. If I was the owner of the Mets, I would beg Bobo to be a Yankees fan.
Oh, snap.
Oh.
Ouch.
He really cuts too low.
So
Yeah.
Bobo,
It's almost too hard.
Not a week after
Will you
Tom
ever-
Seaver died.
have a driver's license. So, Bobo, do you even watch these Side Dave show? You asked the group if there was a show last week, even though Roy and Dave mentioned it on the last show.
Oh
I
my.
have to go and plan Bobo's disappearance. Bye now.
Well,
Bye.
the way he brings that to life.
You would never know that he is not a classically trained puppeteer.
You wouldn't.
That man, you might as well call him Jim Henson II, because that guy brings Larry the sock puppet to life in a way that I have never seen a sock puppet exist before.
Can I ask a question to the comedians here? Is that dramatic pauses or comedic pauses or both?
Both.
Both?
Yeah, I like answering the fact that you asked the comedians a question, so I thought I'd answer.
Roy, you've been getting funnier since COVID, man.
I know.
Yes, Robert.
Point of interest. So there's been an issue lately on the network where occasionally people will go to download the audio of a show like the Anthony Cumia show for the day, and instead what they get is Big A's sock puppet video.
Is this true?
Well, yeah. Well,
Wait, whoa, Jimmy, you shut up for a second. Is this true?
Yes.
This isn't a fun little joke.
No.
They try to download Anthony's show, and they're getting Big A's fucking dumb sock puppet. Okay, I want to make it absolutely clear. I have nothing to do with that.
Bullshit.
No, it has nothing to do with that.
I'm taking full credit for that one, Dave.
oh, man.
Do not blame us. We are not doing some sort of corporate sabotage. I know everyone's going to think we're a little fun, practical jokers, but I don't like that kind of humor. Thank you very much. No, it's not me.
Just imagine you've been on the road for 8 hours driving a truck. You pull over and you're like, oh, finally the Anthony Cumia show. And it's just, hi, everybody.
That's tremendous. That's absolutely. Even though I'm a 1,000,000% disavowing myself from this controversial moment, I still absolutely love it, and I can say I love it because I know I didn't do that. That is fucking hysterical. Does any of this shit happen to you? What about Pat Dixon? Do you have to do any? How does the inner workings of the Pat Dixon program come along? In other words, who is like the most trusted person in the Compound Media crew for Pat Dixon, and who is the least trusted person from Compound Media for someone such as Pat Dixon and or Crime Report?
I put all my faith and trust in the owner of this network, Anthony Cumia. I believe first and foremost, he's the one we must always acknowledge as a true master of comedy, a living legend, and a pioneer.
Absolutely, but I'm talking about the staff. I'm talking about your Garretts, your Drews, your Roberts.
Well, you just named them. You just named them. Those are my answers. My Garretts and Drews.
Your Garretts and Drews.
And you can figure out who goes where.
Garretts and Drews.
I'm a big fan of the whole booth, and you know, Dave, as far as trust, I put very little trust in Flutzy. I don't trust her. Yeah. I don't. Like, I won't even be alone with her after I guess you heard about that. I won't be alone with her anymore after that.
To be fair, that's how you feel about all Puerto Ricans, though.
Well, yeah. She pulled a knife. The end.
Speaking of which, she sent a video last Tuesday for our vacation day, so that's exciting that she's
titty bumps, titty bumps, titty bumps.
Okay,
titty bumps.
Pat, she once let a stranger snort cocaine off of her bosoms in a New York bathroom.
Well, Dave, it's unfortunate to have to tell you this, but I knew that before you did.
Okay. Okay. Fantastic. I'm glad you know.
I can still smell those nipples. Smell like corn at a fair.
She gave a video last Tuesday. We weren't even on the air. You know, I don't know what the hell's going on, but I guess we'll play it anyway so last Tuesday we're not on the air. She gives us a video. This Tuesday we're on the air. No video. Confusion. She's not watching the show. Let's be honest. A round of hands. Does anyone think Flutzy is tuned in for the last, let's say, 10 weeks for 1 second of Eastside Dave Show programming? Round of hands.
Doubt it.
I don't know.
She came in for one episode in the past 10 weeks, Dave.
Yeah.
So she tuned into that episode.
That was the only time she's paid attention.
I just didn't want to be a liar.
Well, showing up isn't tuning in.
No, that's
Turning
true.
up.
That is true.
That's very true. All right, let's play her video.
Song on that.
Flutzy's first time modeling with a horse.
Oh, God. I knew it would come to this, David.
What an idyllic setting they're in.
All right, Drew.
I remember my prom night.
Drew, blow it up. Blow it. This is
not really a horse?
That's the video? Does anything happen ever?
No. Like, she sends videos where things don't happen these days, even though she struck gold when it was her flute covers. She was doing flute covers of heavy metal songs. She put a lot of good production. Yeah. Everyone was happy about it. And now she doesn't do those, and now it's a horse and blah, blah, blah. Anyway.
Ridiculous.
She's not even fucking the horse.
Dumb bitch.
God.
I mean, I wasn't going to say that.
Sorry, I thought we were going there.
Roy,
not my fault.
Yes, David.
Roy, anything happened to you over the weekend or over the vacation?
You know, I've been making a lot of music with Shauno, actually. He came by, we tracked a bunch of songs just for fun. I got nothing else going on. Oh, I'm working on a big Robert Morton, what's his name? Iron Man, Robert Morton Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr.
That's it. I'm doing a big spot with him.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you mean? You're doing a spot with him?
A commercial. I'm sorry, a commercial.
Is he coming in, or is he? How is he gonna do it from your house? How are you gonna?
I'm actually dialing him in tomorrow to record his voiceover. So that's going to be taking place tomorrow, and then I got to mix the commercial right after that. Do some sound design.
Well, Broski, that's talk week. Nice. Okay, listen. Talk nicely to the man. Be professional. Make it go perfectly well. And after the end, let's get goddamn Iron Man on the Eastside Dave Show via Skype in the next few weeks. That's your responsibility.
That's an excellent idea, Dave. Excellent idea.
Oh, listen to that. Now Pat's got a little puppet. So listen. Next Tuesday, programming alert, the September 15th, Robert Downey Jr. will be on the Eastside Dave Show for everyone. I'm proud to
Robert Morton Downey Jr. I'm sorry. Robert Morton Downey Jr.
I think you're thinking of Kevin Downey Jr., actually.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let me ask you guys a question here. Okay? I think that it would be fun playing the Roy Report with Pat Dixon. That's where we give modern day, 2020 topics that just happened the last few days. Roy answers them in rapid fire. It's a very rapid fire type of game. But sometimes we have a special guest to play along with Roy. And I thought, well, Pat Dixon's here. Could we do that perhaps?
Sure. How do we do it?
Okay, I will give you the topic. And I just need, like a hot take, if you will. A rapid-fire hot take. Ooh, here I am. I'm going to give my opinion, okay?
Yeah. That's okay. I've never done something like that, but give it a shot.
Here we go. Ready? Roy. Kanye West and evangelist Joel Osteen walked on water during Kanye's Sunday service in Atlanta this weekend. What are your opinions about that, Roy?
I'm not too impressed, David. I already turned water into wine on this very show.
Next one. Pat Dixon, Mike Tyson admitted that he's gotten sexually aroused while training for a fight, and thinking about the fact that he might hurt someone turns him on. What up with that?
That's the last time he gets a Snickers commercial.
Next. Roy Harder, tennis star Novak Djokovic is sorry after he intentionally smacked a tennis ball in frustration and hit a lineswoman right in the neck. What up with that, Roy?
Doesn't change the fact that he's still the best tennis player in the history of the sport, David.
Next one, that doesn't even make sense.
It didn't hit her in the neck, it hit her on the line!
Pat Dixon in a new documentary, Ozzy Osbourne says the time he felt the calmest was when he nearly choked Sharon Osbourne to death in 1989. Comments, Pat?
Well, I agree. The moment I felt the calmest when I almost strangled my wife to death as well. However, I would have answered, he bit the head off a dove, and there's nothing more peaceful than that.
Next one, Roy Harder. Selena Gomez admits that all her exes think she's crazy. What do you think, Roy?
Well, they're just making themselves look crazy by saying she's crazy, David.
Next one.
Who else would you ask but her exes about a woman's mental condition?
Baseball Hall of Famer St. Louis Cardinal Lou Brock has died at the age of 81. What do you think, Pat? Great baseball player, huh?
You know what? I never liked that motherfucker, and I regret I never had a chance to tell him so.
I just wrote a song called Lou Brock Finally Broke.
Roy, John Cryer got into a Twitter fight with Republican Congressman Matt Gaetz.
Yeah.
John Cryer, Matt Gaetz says Charlie Sheen was the one who carried 2.5 men. What do you think about that comment, Roy?
You shouldn't be such a crier, baby, David.
Roy Harder, finally. Pat Dixon, what do you think about this John Cryer, Congressman Matt Gaetz scenario here?
It proves that Matt Gaetz is really good at stating the obvious.
That's it.
Tiger
The Roy
blood.
Report with Pat Dixon. Fantastic. That was good. We should probably have Pat come in here and do the Roy Report every week, Roy, or at least write for you.
I think Roy was nailing it for the most part.
No, Roy was fantastic. I mean,
I get a little nervous when there's competition. It really puts me on my A game. When it's just me, David, I feel like I could coast.
what about the Novak Djokovic? I mean, how come you said he's the greatest tennis player of all time? What was that all about?
Well, between him and Nadal, is there anyone better in the history of the sport?
Agassi.
Can you think of anyone else who's
Federer,
at that level?
Andre
Roger,
Agassi,
Federer,
Sampras.
Not even
Jimmy
close.
Connors.
Keith Sampras.
Ivan Lendl.
Not even close, David. Look at the
AIDS
amount of
black
games
guy.
they've won, the amount of tournaments.
No, but Roger Federer, Roy, has the most Grand Slams. That's a fact. You can Wikipedia that right now. Roger Federer has the most Grand Slam
There's less
victories
competition
and the
now.
most overall tournament victories, and he's peers with Novak Djokovic. Roger Federer and Djokovic's careers have been at the same time, and in every single statistical category, Nadal has more. I mean, Federer has more than Djokovic.
I think Djokovic has got him beat. And think about it this way, David. The amount of times that Djokovic and Nadal have played each other, look at the record on who's beaten who, the amount of times they have.
That's
I
a
know,
good
but I'm
point, Dave.
talking
That's a good
Federer.
point. He made a good point,
Yeah,
Dave. That's a
there
good
you
point.
go.
That is
His
pretty
point
good.
is
No
wrong.
Djokovic.
No, you guys don't know sports or tennis.
Then again,
Federer
no.
has
But if they
more-
play each other and
Well,
one loses more than the other, that's
really.
the better player.
Well, not really,
No.
because say if the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were to beat the Pittsburgh Steelers every time they played them, doesn't make them the better team. If that's the only 2 games of the year they win.
I mean, you're talking about 40 different people and 40 different things, and 2 other people, one person
Yeah,
playing
but
the other person.
Jimmy, Federer has won more Grand Slams than Novak Djokovic.
Right.
If someone has won more Super Bowls, Tom Brady has 6 Super Bowls. Ben Roethlisberger has 2. Tom Brady's a better quarterback than Ben Roethlisberger. Roger Federer has the most Grand Slam victories in tennis history.
Okay. No,
He's
Chad
clearly better.
Pennington's better than him though because they beat the Patriots one year.
Oh, that's right. Hey, there you go.
And
I don't know, David. I'm putting my money on Novak Djokovic.
Eli Manning, man.
I never
He's so
thought
good.
in
I don't
a
even call him
million
by
years
his
we would-
name front to back. I usually recite his name backwards. Kovacevic Devon.
I never thought we would get into a tennis debate on
Dave,
this
it's like
program.
this. Like in Brooklyn, if someone was a bully and beat up someone, and one day you fought that bully and you beat the fuck out of that bully, if it was a bad day of the bully, you're the fucking king of the hill.
That's why nobody in bullying goes pro.
Right. I guess. But I'm using a metaphor and analogy.
I know.
Do we even know that for a fact that Roger Federer has lost to Novak Djokovic more? I'm not sure that's even
Well,
accurate.
Roy Harder never lies.
That's not. I'm not keeping that a secret, David. You can find that information on the internet.
They played 50 matches. Federer was 23 and 27. Djokovic was 13 and 6 in finals and 11 and 6 in Grand Slams.
Okay, fair enough. But how many Grand Slams does Federer have, and how many Grand Slam victories does Djokovic have?
Federer has 20. Djokovic has 17.
Boom!
Oh, you're Federer.
That doesn't mean he's a better player, David. You're a little
It
skewed here.
does. Well,
You are the sports master. I will
the whole
concede
point
that.
of tennis is to win champ tournaments, and specifically the major goal for professional tennis players is to win a Grand Slam tournament. He's won the most Grand Slam tournaments of any tennis player of all time, including 3 more than your boy Djokovic. That's like saying.
I look at the people that he beats, and I count that. I could care less about the Grand Slams.
But he's beaten people like Rafael Nadal. He's beaten What, Pat? We can't have 30 seconds of a passionate goddamn tennis debate without you shooting yourself in the fucking air?
Sorry, Dave. I was a little depressed.
Okay.
So who do you think's better, Eli Manning or Peyton Manning? They both have the same amount. I mean, let's go. You know.
Come on, there's not even a
Eli Manning
contest there.
is a retard.
I am honest.
Peyton
even
Manning's
though
one of the
I'm
greatest
trying-
actors of all time.
Sure.
In my Giants fandom, I am more of an Eli guy, but if I'm objective sports journalist and I am the sports master, Peyton Manning is a better quarterback, obviously.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's because you can flip the coin because they both won 2 Super Bowls.
I know, and then you go to a tiebreaker in career stats.
Hot dog eating contest.
Archie was really better than both of them.
Well, I'm not sure
But
about
I like
that.
Jughead. I thought Jughead was the coolest on the show.
All right, thank you, Jim. Thank you. Now, the other thing that we had planned, do we have any videos left that I haven't gotten to?
Andrea and Bobo.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that. Okay, let's do Bo real quick. Uh-oh, Pat.
Hey guys, members of the Eastside Dave Show gang. I decided to do something really nice for you and spread the joy. I'm grilling for you guys. Dave, Big A, Roy, Fluid C, Stevie Lou, Andrea, Jimmy, Rob. Hope you like what I made for you guys. I made for you guys some Corona!
There we go.
That was so... What a big pop! What a huge pop out of Robert!
I know.
You got. All right. How about Andrea? What about Andrea? Look at Andrea. Fantastic.
What's up, guys? So, end of my second week. Where's my progress at? It's not great. I actually put on about a little less than 2 pounds than when I was at the week before. I think my cardio dropped off. I didn't hit 10,000 steps like I should have every single day. And also with my gym back being open, I'm not hitting the pavement as much as I ought to be. So, starting a new training program tomorrow on Monday. Athlean X, highly recommended if you're not familiar with it. I'm also thinking, in addition to that, the strength training and the cardio that's going to go with that, I need to change up my diet. And that probably means going keto. It already has been pretty easy for me to adhere to a lot of good eating habits.
Let's blow it up, Drew. I love Andrea, but here's the one thing: that keto diet. Jared, by the way, in case people are wondering, Jared actually has been shitting since he got up. He has serious diarrhea, and unfortunately, the microphone isn't picking up the Jared grunts and groans that I disgustingly hear from the bathroom. But here's the thing: keto, they make the shittiest soda I've ever tasted in my entire life. Now, interestingly enough, Andrea is not progress with her diet, and Jared is sick. I'm not sure keto is the way to go here.
Well,
I think all those extreme diets are ridiculous, David.
Cocaine.
Couldn't agree more. They are. I mean, and extreme segments like that, all the ups and downs and stuff. I mean, any epileptics watching that, they're probably having seizures right now. Just because she's obsessing over her weight and body fat, why do we have to?
Yeah. Well,
David.
What we do, Pat, is that the Eastside Dave Show cast sends in videos.
Yes.
And we don't tell them what to do. We don't tell them.
They do funny things like Bobo and shit and the sock puppet, And
that fucking Corona.
Yeah, that was good.
That was good.
They stand by a horse in a dress.
Does Jared need my diaper?
I would give them. They have all of the freedom in the world to make these glorious videos, and they are the masters of their domains. They are controllers. They are the writers and directors of these cinematographic masterpieces, if you will.
Oh well, you reserve the right to yell "cut" at any time. That's for sure. As the EP, you retain that. Look, she's got a lot of a great upper body strength, and then she brings us cookies.
Yeah.
I'm not as strong as me though, Pat. I'm still stronger.
Oh,
he did 50 push-ups last week, Pat.
50, yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Oh, she criticized your wide stance on that too. Your wide spread.
I have no choice. I'm a man. What can I say?
But isn't
anyway? All right. Well, let's get out of here. I want to thank Senator Pat Dixon and everyone else.
Need your vote. I need your vote.
You singing?
Orchestral version.
Oh.
Damn, it's been a real fine day. Damn, it's been a real fine day. Ain't got the blues, ain't got time for bad news. Damn, it's been a real fine day. There's a whole lot of worry out in this world. Yes, a whole lot of worry, whole lot of worry. Now that I had you come into my life, there's a whole lot of reason to sing. Damn, it's been a real fine day. Damn, it's been a real fine day.
Hey!
Oh, fantastic.
Yes.
Senator Pat Dixon.
You should have given us a...
Thank you, Dave.
Please shut the fuck up.
I love you, Dave.
Jesus
I love you.
Christ.
Who took all the beer in here? Who did it? You alcoholic? All right, I'll have one with you.